What's up, your boy Vaughn with another reaction. In today's video, we have rappers you forgot about by UVXCX. Mitchell, like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into it. My all black dreads look like Kai Cenat.
I don't know why, but I was just like, I'm just gonna use my camera for this video because why not? Anyway, welcome in or welcome back. So the other day, I was like definitely just looking for new music as I always am. And I came across a certain artist. I'm not gonna tell y'all how I be looking for new music, but I came across a certain artist and like I had forgot about that nigga. And the song was like actually hard though. And I was kind of like, what has this guy been up to, you know? And I put him on the thumbnail. He's the first artist we're gonna talk about
Young
today.
X
But I
Chris.
feel like we just always forget about a lot of different artists because of how fast. Like recurring theme on this channel, honestly, like how fast this shit just moves. Like it moves so
Yup, internet move fast. That nigga Young Chris was not dropping. He was barely dropping. That nigga thought that internet clout was gonna last forever. I see
fast.
that
Like
nigga live streaming on Twitch now. He had a viral clip for like NCAA 26, the college football game. He had his pads on, football pads, and he was in costume and he was hyped for the game. I seen there was a viral clip of him, and that was him. He stream on Twitch now.
Yeet dropped the album. I think it was a Dangerous Life or something like that. And like, you know, I mean, it came, and obviously we're gonna
You gotta be sick. I could tell by your voice.
hear it again because he's on tour and he did his promo runs for it or whatever. But it's kind of like that dropped like 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago. I don't even remember, but like it's like we already aren't talking about it anymore. Like, and we move on from music too fast, obviously. Like I made a video about how rap simply just moves too fast. But there are a lot of artists that we move from and we just don't come back to. Like with Yeet, he's been doing his shit since like 2020. Honestly, 2019 if we want to get real, but a lot of artists, they drop and then we just don't hear from them again. And it's not that we don't hear from. So sorry, I have my camera on, so it's a lot. It's weird. It's actually easier for me to make videos with my camera on than like off, and I think it's because I started out my channel with more.
We don't care. Let me tell you. We don't care.
Any fucking way. Long story short, man, we just move on from music too fast, and I'm sure I had a point that I just simply forgot about. So sorry. It's interesting to me how fast we choose to like move on from like certain artists. Now, before we even get into these folks, I am just gonna like give a preface. Okay, look, I'm not saying these niggas fell off. I'm not saying they're ass. Some of these niggas is ass though. But I'm not saying they fell off or they're just absolute dog shit. I'm just saying we don't really talk about them maybe as much as we could or as much as we should. Like some of these folks are fire in their own ways, but I feel like we simply just don't talk about them. I did write them down, so I'm gonna cheat and pull it up. Well, actually, I don't even have to pull this up. The nigga on the thumbnail, his name is Young Chris. I remember when Young Chris first came out, he was on TikTok and, you know, he was going up during that whole 2020, 2021 era, you know, y'all know what I'm talking about. You know, these videos are actually kind of slightly hard for me to make because some of y'all are like mad old and might not know what I'm talking about, and some of y'all are low-key just too young to even know what I'm talking about. So I kind of got to talk in generalities, but it gets hard when I talk about a certain artist. Young Chris, he definitely came up in that 2021 era, and I remember the Comethazine comparisons. Like niggas was saying,
Yeah, he kinda look like him a little bit too.
he was rapping like Comethazine, but it's funny because Comethazine was rapping like TK, and TK was rapping like music is actually just really interesting to me. But I think it was Blood on the Leaves, like that was the song that he had went up off of, and then like, you know what's so crazy? I actually feel bad because I used to make fun of Young Chris like a lot on this channel. Like he when I first started talking about rap shit, like he was like a recurring joke on my channel with another artist I'm actually gonna talk about today. But I just remembered I would always say like, you know, you don't want to be like Young Chris or like who the fuck is listening to Young Chris in 2020? It's crazy. But I actually feel bad because honestly, like with Young Chris's music, he's not inherently ass. to me personally. I just feel like, and this is going to be a recurring theme with a lot of these different artists, is that they just aren't like, their music doesn't fit with like today's like scene. Like a lot of these underground kids really just love fucking noise. Like that's the best way I can explain it. It's quite literally
I don't know how we get to this. Like blood. I don't know how we get to this. Like
just noise. And I'm okay with noise at times. Not all the time, but like I'm okay with noise. But the problem is that like a lot of these artists that came up in that 2021 era could not delve into what these kids like today. And we kind of talked about why music even sounds the way it does today, especially in the underground. But with that one fucking album that will not get spoken about again, at least for a few months. Point is that Young Chris's music did not delve into that. And honestly, the way he raps is, I don't want to say it's outdated, because you got niggas like Joey Badass and Smino and Shmino, however you say that nigga's name, JID. Like, lyricism is definitely still important, you know, to some people. But Young Chris is just, I don't know. But it's crazy because he actually has good songs, like updated good songs, like songs that came out this year and last year that are actually fire. Young Chris, we definitely forgot about him. Like, I don't even joke about him on my channel anymore because, like, why? I would say a song to listen to by Young Chris to get you back into him, I guess, I'd say would be like Penthouse 2. I think that's the name of the song. The song is actually like hard, I'm not gonna lie. And I heard it like in I'm
gonna listen to it. I'm gonna check it out.
I heard it in like a TikTok or something like that. Hard Rock. Okay, Hard Rock is another artist, and I know, bro.
What happened to Hard Rock? What the fuck?
It's crazy.
The leaks. That nigga got one of the greatest leak catalogs ever.
Like talking about this stuff because some of y'all might be like, who, but like Hard Rock, I think he came up in like, I don't think it was 2021. I don't want to say it was 2021. I think it was 2020, like 3 or 2, where he was coming up. And the first thing I heard from Hard Rock was that song, RAR XD. Hard Rock seemed like he was finna be like a big name, like the rest of the niggas we're gonna talk about. It just didn't happen, and I'm wondering why that is. Because I don't want to say he's ass. Hard Rock is not inherently just dog shit. Like, he's not that bad. It's more so that, like, the sound he kind of came up on delved away pretty quickly. Like, so Hard Rock dropped an album in 2026 called Off the Planet, which I'm just now finding out about. I don't know if this is, like, brand new or not, but I didn't even know he dropped. I just played the damn song into my mic. My fault, y'all. Yeah, he dropped this January 19, 2026, which it's May, and these songs have very low plays. Why are they so low in plays? Like 2K? Are we serious? 2 comments?
Yeah, niggas forgot. Hard Rock is hard as fuck, and that's sad. And I feel like that's one of my favorite songs by Hard Rock. Home. I feel at home over here. Wipe a nigga nose over here. I leave you over there. If you love me too, I feel at home over here. I feel like what killed his career was that mysterious shit. You know, he was a mysterious nigga. That mysterious act. I'm telling you, that shit gonna kill your career. Stop thinking that shit gonna make you more popular. Being mysterious. That only worked for Cardi, ain't.
Damn. Yeah, I don't want to say bro fell off, but fuck, these numbers are not it at all. But you know, then again, the numbers don't always tell the full story. So I don't even want to really bring up the numbers. I think it's just like the sound he kind of came up on, like he didn't really stick with it, and I think he might have switched it a little too early. Like he had his own sound in a sense, but like, I don't know. I mean, you could really, realistically, when it came to like 2022, and y'all might call me crazy for saying this, I don't really care, especially my Atlanta folks, but like, when it comes to like 2021 to like 2020, late 3, you can really put like all these different Atlanta niggas in the same barrel and like you grab a random one, he's damn near gonna sound like the other one. Like they kind of all had that new age Atlanta sound. Now, of course, you got niggas like Diamond and Teezus now who are like actually fire as fuck. Really, all of them Alway niggas are actually guys. Story for another day. But Hard Rock, maybe it was just bad management, but like that whole mysterious shit like is honestly played the fuck out. And
Yup.
like he wasn't in the public eye enough to keep it up. You know what I'm saying? Like it didn't really work for him to come out, not really do too much, and then like proceed to just fucking disappear. You know what I'm saying? Like that worked for one nigga, and we all know who that nigga is. I'm not gonna lie. Actually, that's worked for a lot of different artists. I ain't even gonna sit up and act like it was just Cardi, but like a lot of artists cannot do that, and Hard Rock definitely did that. Cash Dami.
Y'all see what happened to Until Japan? Until Japan trying to do that mysterious shit, and where he at now? People forgot about him.
Please shit. Yo, look, I'm gonna tell y'all something, bro. I actually slightly feel bad for Cash Dami because anytime he gets brought up in any music discussion like past 2021, it's always just been like,
I got trust issues, give me fuck with you, I would be in love with that nigga. Was hard. I ain't gonna lie.
who the fuck is
I gotta add some of them old songs, old Cash Diamond songs to my playlist. I'm gonna do that.
into Cash Dami and insert year here? Like niggas be dogging Cash Dami, bro, and it's low key kind of disrespectful. But honestly, if you really think about it, the nigga's music, like I'm sorry, he does suck. It is what it is. His music is very dated, like with time. Like even listening to something he's dropped recently, it does not hit, and I'm very sorry. Let me, and before I say that, because it's not like I cut him on pretty recently. I heard a song from him like a few months ago. The last thing he dropped, at least on his SoundCloud, was September 4th, 2025. I mean, honestly, and we're not, like, it's got 14K play. Like, yeah, the Cash Dami, we're not cutting on Cash Dami. Yeah, I mean, plain and simple. And that's honestly, that's his problem. And the reason people probably forgot about him is because anytime he gets brought up, like, niggas is like, why are we talking about Cash Dami in 2025, 6? Like, niggas was saying that in 2024, bro. So yeah, he's cooked. I'm not gonna lie. Here's a random one, Rich Amiri. Now I think he just did a show with Blood in Atlanta, if I'm not mistaken. So I mean, he's kind of still doing his thing. I listened to this album, Grit and Grace, and
Rich Amiri. I hear nothing about him in a while.
Yeah. Nah, I don't know. Like, I just don't like that nigga's voice. Like, and I know that's like not a great. I guess that's not a valid reason to like him. You know, with some people, but
your ex nigga, bro, and they ain't got no money.
For me, I just wasn't really rocking with his newer music, and that's why I forgot about him. And he doesn't really get brought up like that because, again, his name is attached to just a different era of the underground. Like, we're not really talking about Rich Amiri in 2026. I mean, I'm just keeping it a buck. Now, I'm not calling him broke. I'm not saying he fell off. I'm just saying we just don't talk about that nigga like that anymore because, frankly, who the fuck is trying to listen to Rich Amiri? I'm just keeping it a buck, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm being honest. I wrote down Homicide Gang. With Homicide Gang, I don't want to say folks just forgot about Homicide Gang. I mean, with the Opium Tour or whatever the fuck, like, I'm sure, you know, they probably opened, I guess, maybe. But the thing about Homicide Gang and the reason they don't get talked about.
Yeah, Homicide Gang was like 9 Vicious before 9 Vicious. Them niggas was abusing samples, and niggas love that shit for a little bit. Shit ain't going. I don't know that. I still got Homicide Gang songs on my playlist.
About like nearly as much as Lone and Kin.
There we go.
Is simply because, first of all, rap duos, like, can we talk about how that's low key like a patched method? Like, maybe I'm tripping, but like, unless you're like really, really fire and different and not attached to anything, rap duos just honestly don't even. I don't see the point anymore. Honestly, with rap duos, let's start there. I guess. Also, with Homicide Gang, it's like the last album I heard from them that was fire was Snot or Not, and which I did a whole like reaction video on. I remember I only liked like 3 or 4 songs. Blockwork, that's an amazing song. They just get outshined in Opium and or YVO. I don't even know what the shit is called anymore or what it even is. I don't know. Maybe I'm tapped out. I'm getting.
Yeah, like niggas would make edits of Opium members and would leave Homicide Gang out every time. Like there was like the laughing stock of Opium for a little bit. Well, they kind of still is on Cuba, but
Old, y'all. I just feel like niggas don't really care about Homicide Gang like that. Like, yeah, I mean, they
do
might.
niggas still really care about Destroy Lonely like that? Ken, the most popular out of Opium, still. You know, he had a hit with that Yes, She Wanna Fuck Out Like Yes. What was Destroy Lonely's last hit?
Still,
Yes was a hit. She Wanna Fuck Out Like Yes. What the shit went viral on TikTok. She wanna I wanna yell on her breast.
show, and that's cool. So obviously they're doing their thing still, but I just kind of feel like they don't get brought up enough. And I don't want to say it's because they're the worst in Opium, because should I say that? No, I'm not gonna say that. But they don't really push any boundaries with their music, and honestly, that nigga BMO needs to let Michi rap more. That's one thing I remember.
Yeah, which one of them was fucking with the kids? I done forgot, but yeah, you're weirdo.
Meech, whatever his name is. That's one thing I remember about Homicide Gang is Bino.
Nah, that's the them messing with the kids. That's what I remember from them.
Would take up most of the damn song, and then you would hear Meech for like a solid like 30 seconds, and then it'd go right back to the hook that Bino recorded. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't really like that formula, especially because like I low-key thought Meech was just honestly a better he had more range, I feel like, than Bino does. Maybe I'm tripping. I don't know. I feel like they just don't get brought up enough because compared to King Carson's, you know, massive fan base, Destroy Lonely's massive fan base, and then them being attached to fucking Cardi, obviously Homicide Gang just gets overlooked heavily. So I feel like that's why people forgot about them. You have City Morgue. City Morgue. First of all, both of them niggas are weird to me. I'm not gonna lie. Like, Sauce Moolah is an odd individual to me.
I don't know who the fuck this is. Who you talking about?
Because I've been tapped in with that whole scene for a very long time. Like before
Zillakami, or have you said his name? Zillakami? And ain't he a weirdo too? A pedo? He did something crazy.
Man, that's not even.
These niggas weirdos. I don't know. Stop looking up to these niggas. These niggas is not cool. You are cool. Look at yourself as cool. These niggas is weird.
Important. What's important is that Sauce Moolah, I think he's an off guy, but Zillakami is actually a worse person. And y'all can check out what's his name? Twisted Society's video on that. Like, Zillakami is a very weird person for a lot of different reasons, but I mean, look at the fucking guy. Like, are we really shocked?
Yeah, look at him.
That he was weird. Like, and I can't believe y'all was actually. You know what? Don't care. I don't like. Put it in the comments. I won't allow City Morgue slander. I won't allow Zillakami slander. But like, City Morgue is ass. I'm sorry. Them niggas were never hard to me. Like, when we talk about trap metal, you want to talk about trap metal, gang? You want to talk about Project or PRX, JEK, and Scarlord, and like, who else? K9 Unit? Like, fuck it. You want to talk about real trap metal? Kamiyata? Like, City Morgue don't, they not, nah. No, like compared to like some niggas that really got overlooked from that era when like they were coming up, No, City Morgue was not nowhere near as good as some other shit that was going on around that time. Now, I will say that, like, I do feel like they had some good songs, of course, like, some, but not a lot, you know. Then that's just me personally. Like, I always just found them niggas kind of corny, honestly. Like, the whole Missing Since Thursday or whatever the fuck them pants were called, and all the niggas doing heroin in the music videos, like that shit was just like shock value. It's like that comic Crossed, from the same guy that wrote The Boys. Like, half of the shit is just shock value, bro, and I feel like that's what their music sounded like, just shock value. Like, but except it was boring. I do just kind of want to talk about this one, simply because I just want to talk about him, but I feel like niggas definitely forgot about Night LaVille. He came up a while ago.
Night LaVille? I don't know what it is.
Like, honestly, I want to say, like, what was that? When did Dark Light come out? 2014. So it's been about a solid 12, about 11 to 12 years. And it pains me to say this, but Night LaVille's music stopped being memorable after Red Teenage Melody, honestly. And I hate saying this because I love that guy and I love his music, but I love his old music. Whenever I listen to Night LaVille, I'm listening to Concept Vague and I'm listening to Red Teenage Melody. Any other songs that came out after that, I'm not really rocking with nearly as much. And dare I say, SB, like, low-key ruined that nigga's career. But that's a topic for another day. It's just like, once he signed to G59, his music just got really, like, not memorable. Like, it got watered down. Like, I still, to this day, think that Red Teenage Melody and Concept Vague, honestly, are, like, in the top 20 discussion for albums from, like, the literal 2011 to, like, now SoundCloud era. I really think that, like, 2 of his albums deserve to be in the top 20 conversation. No debate.
I never know. I don't even know what it is. Never listened to one of his songs.
But his new music just doesn't hit like that, honestly. It's just really watered down, and you can tell that, I mean, he just got older, maybe? I really don't know. But niggas don't talk about him nearly as much as I used to. And he was definitely, like, coming up for sure when he first came out. A lot of these artists are still doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're still doing their thing. But when I say, because I don't even know what I'm going to call this video, probably rappers you forgot about or something like that. But, like, it's not that we just forgot them. Like, please don't take my words like that literally. I'm sure there's going to be some idiot Poindexter in the comments that's like, I didn't forget about City Morgue, and I didn't forget about Young Chris, and I didn't forget about Homicide. But, like, you know, the artists I did bring up definitely don't get talked about today. Like, nowhere near as much as they did at one point. That's why I say that. If you made it to the end of this video, hit me with a like and a subscribe. I sound like a fucking goofy saying that shit. Wow. I don't really like asking for subscribers, but, you know, I ain't gonna cap, man. Like, 100K would be cool, bro. That would be sick. You know, if y'all want to sub up, man, please do that. And let me know if y'all are rocking with this format. I think this video is gonna be longer because I'm better at, like, just freestyling it. Like, I think I'm better at this, low key, versus like a script and some more shit. Anyway, whatever. I love y'all. I'm UVXEX. Later.
Make sure like, comment, subscribe, and more deuces. Good video. It's a lot of niggas. Who can I think about? We forgot about rappers. We forgot about Slump Six is another 2021 nigga. Slump Six is Clappers. Y'all remember that nigga? That Clappers nigga. Let me see. This nigga. Yeah, son, this nigga. What did this song? This copyright, but what did this song sound like? How about a push? Now I'm on a rooftop. Yeah.
She tryna put my song on a
Yeah, son, that nigga. Mitchell, I can't subscribe and all do. What happened to that nigga?